All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome for the first time back to another dljworks video as I do this faceless for today. But quickly, this is a video that I want to show you for all my Vimeo OTTers out there that, one, this is a problem. The fact that you can't simply change the text in a button is a huge issue. It's a very simple issue, but I had somebody reach out to me with this issue, and I actually worked something out to where I was able to help this person out to try to get this changed. And I thought this would be a good video to make to provide this solution for other people as well. Now, this isn't going to be as simple as just being able to come over here to the customizer and being able to have a space to change the actual text within your buttons. So maybe you don't want it to say start watching. Maybe you want it to say subscribe now or begin your trial or whatever it is. You want to be able to have that control and power to be able to control what you put inside of your button text for branding, for marketing, wherever the case may be. But there is nothing here, okay, mailing list, there's nothing here where you can actually change your button text. But I'm going to show you that using CSS, which is going to be a little bit more advanced, but a solution nonetheless is what you have. And instead of having to pay somebody to do this, then this will probably be your best bet. I want to offer to that with Uscreen, that's not really an issue. I mean, look, jump into the action. I could change. This is something I put in because I also help people with their Uscreen accounts. I could just simply just put in subscribe now. They offer it here already. Subscribe now. Like it's there. I could just change the text to the button. It's no problem, no issue, no code necessary. But it is an issue with Vimeo OTT. So if you're interested in get on that Uscreen bandwagon, I will have a link in the description for it. But if not, then no worries. I'm still going to help you out with this right here as well. So let's go ahead and get right into this. What you have to do is where you have to first identify what is the code, what is the HTML for this, and where is this located? All right, we have several classes down here with BTN, Brandon, and several other names. But this is the actual code that is here. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to copy this code. All right. I'm going to copy that CSS code. And I'm going to place this temporarily or permanently, depending on how we get this solution. Let me put some comments here. Code to change button text. And this is just a comment I'm leaving, so you don't have to worry about this. It's just so I don't know what I'm doing right now, so I'm going to stretch that down so I can actually see it. Okay, code to change button text. All right, and did I put that there? Yeah, I already put it there. All right, so now we have this code selected, and we notice that there's a comma here. I don't really have time to explain. Well, I'm not going to say time, but it's going to be a little bit complicated for me to explain why this comma is separating this series of class names in terms of children and parent selectors. We're not going to get into all that. But let's go over to this website, Geeks for Geeks, and they actually give you the method here, and it comes down to adding this pseudo selector. We need to actually make the CSS code, this actual class selections hidden, so we can add a new placement which this after pseudo selector comes in, and we're going to add some new content here, as you see right here in this way. So what I'm going to do now with this original code, all right, I'm going to leave this here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add visibility because we want, I hit tab. I'm going to space over, I'm going to add visibility. Spelling matters in CSS, by the way. Spelling matters in code, period. So I'm just going to let you know. So we're going to have hidden, and let's see if that makes a change anywhere. Okay, so now our button is gone. That's what we wanted, okay? So now I'm going to copy this code again. All right, Control C. And I'm going to come down. And this time on this second side, I'm going to add the pseudo selector after. I'm going to place it here. And I'm going to place it here as well. Where actually, no, I'm going to actually delete this. Let me see here. Actually, I need to place it here on this one after. Okay. So I'm gonna have the after pseudo selector here, and this one already says visited. All right, so I'm just gonna place it on these two selectors children selectors and visibility instead of hidden now. We're going to give it a value of, what does it say, visible? Okay, let me go ahead and copy this because we're going to change the internal content to this. Okay, we're going to say visible. And now for the content on this actual button, I'm going to now paste that one when I just copied it, and I'm just going to put subscribe now. And this should work if I'm correct. If not, then I've just misplaced the pseudo selectors in the way that I didn't want to. Okay, let's click off. All right, perfect. So our button has popped back up, but now we have another issue, and that's only because of the actual formatting of the button and everything else, which is going to need some other CSS code in order to make it to where that's not really going to happen. So maybe I'm gonna actually try to get rid of this, and let's see what happens there. Okay, so and I just wanted to do that so you can actually see that that has no bearing on what this button is going to look like. But because we added this new content and we made some new adjustments here, now what I need to do is I need to add some other properties and values in order to make this button back in the way that it needs to be. So I'm gonna add some padding to it. Let's make it, I'm just gonna shoot a number out there about, we wanna maybe do 15px. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, that at least makes it look like a very normal, you know, button all over again, but it needs to be centered back and those sorts of things. And this is going to come down to you having to be able to understand what CSS properties and values need to go there in terms of your margins, your paddings, what other code is causing this to move over that's in place right now. You have to put the important place there. It's just a lot in terms of just changing some simple text in Vimeo OTT on your buttons. But this is just a real quick solution. But you're really going to have to get a developer to come in like that gentleman did with me in order to place the button in a way back that it needed to, and then it to still have the hover effect where it was changing colors and that sort of thing as well. So, and it's also, if you notice, because I'm taking the same class names, and those class names are applied to pretty much every button on your theme front page, all the buttons are going to be affected. All right. So if I had the time, I really don't want to spend a lot of time in this video just kind of, you know, going through the whole thing with that, because I'll be a little bit more advanced. I'm trying to keep this as no code as possible. But this is to show you that you will need to get a developer such as myself, just for example, to change the text for you. It's something as simple as just changing the text and getting this solution off of you right away. If you find yourself with these limitations and with Vimeo OTT and they're unbecoming to you, like I said, you can always make the switch over to Uscreen, where they provide a bunch of no code and coding options. As you can see here, everything in the customizer is very malleable. It's as flexible as it can be for both people who know code and just hardcore developers. I'm gonna hit leave so I can actually just show you. Go, we click to advance. We have the code editor where we can get really deep. You can hire a developer and get really deep. They give you all access to their back end of so much code. Whereas with Vimeo OTT, you get this CSS custom styles box. That's what you're limited to. So that's going to be it for this video. It's no shade to Vimeo OTT or anything else, but let's call a spade here and just see the limitations for those who are trying to start and have their own Netflix or their own Hulu account. And this is good for people who just want to like have something up quick without having to think too hard about it. But if you're really trying to go in depth and really have a lot of flexibility, you may want to go with Uscreen. But if you're a person who's just trying to just have something up fast and just really some quick options, then Vimeo OTT is going to be for you. I'll leave a video up here, video cards, where you should go next and watch Vimeo OTT versus Uscreen, where I talk about it from both perspectives. All right, God bless y'all, and I'll see you in the next video.